Hey guys, in this tutorial I want to talk to you about building a backup kit for filmmaking. And for me, this is a small kit that I keep in my vehicle that saved me quite a few times when I'm out on shoots. I'll break down how I put my kit together and the cost, and hopefully give you guys some ideas if you want to build your own. So with this backup kit, you can kind of think of it like your own personal insurance if you forget something. And you can piece together a really nice kit anywhere from $20 to $50 in most cases. They're really great if you're doing a lot of one-man band type shooting, but they've also saved me and my crew members a lot of time when I was working for a production company. And you might say, well, I don't need one because I have a checklist and I always check that before every shoot. And to that I would say sometimes stuff breaks or malfunctions when you're out on location, and knowing you have a few key backup items set away will probably save you quite a bit of stress and will probably save you some money as well. Now someone else may say, I bring 5 of everything to my shoots. And to that person I would say, that works too. This may be a little cheaper than doing that though. This kit basically allows you to be prepared for the unexpected. You can think of it kind of like those survival prepper TV shows, but this is for filmmaking and not insane. Alright, let's get started looking at the basic gear pieces I recommend for your backup kit, and then I'll throw out some extra gear suggestions you might consider as well. The basics are all fairly cheap but incredibly useful, and also keep in mind that your kit may be designed a little bit differently depending on your needs. So let's start out with a case to put everything in. I use this Amazon Basics travel case. I like it because it's small and it has lots of pockets, and it can easily fit behind a car seat so it's out of the way. These retail for about $11, but you can use any spare case or bag that you may have on hand, and anymore a lot of gear actually comes with bags that you may not use. I have an aperture bag that came with an LED light that could easily be repurposed for this. Now the first item that I recommend for your kit is pretty obvious, and that of course is going to be a memory card. They're just too easy to forget or lose, and anymore you can get a really nice card for like $15 that can handle 4K at 60 frames per second. The second item is along the same lines, and it's actually going to be a micro SD card adapter. If you shoot on any micro SDs, you probably have several of these lying around. Just keep one in your kit, and if you ever need to transfer footage to a client when you're out on location, it's probably going to make things a lot easier. But also, you can pick up some fast micro SDs for even cheaper than regular SD cards. And in some cases, you can actually use the micro SD card with the adapter directly in the camera. This works on the GH5, and you can still record 4K at 60 frames per second, and the card again just costs $10. Plus, I do a lot of impromptu drone shoots where I just grab my drone, maybe go for a quick drive, and it's really easy to forget those micro SD cards, so you probably want to put one of those in there as well. Next is going to be some gaff tape, and a cool hack you can do is take an old gift card that has a gloss surface on it, then wrap a few feet of gaff tape around it. This creates a nice low profile roll that will easily fit in your kit. Then you can just peel off some as you need it. And there's so many uses for gaff tape, whether it be on lav mics, placement markers, or just covering up brand logos. Next would be some C47s, also known as clothespins. They have a million uses on set, and plus they're small and cheap. A great use for them, of course, is securing diffusion paper or gels to your lights. Because they're made of wood, they don't conduct much heat. Next up are some lens cleaning cloths. It seems like it doesn't matter what kind of film gear you buy, they always come with a free cleaning cloth, so you might as well put a couple of them in your kit. Next is an extra camera plate. This is just one of those items that's really easy to forget, and it can be very problematic if you don't have a spare one packed. It's also something you can't really run to a nearby store and pick up like an SD card. And for me, it seems like I can never have too many of these because I'm always swapping them on and off different gear, so it's probably worth it to invest the $15 or $30 to pick up a spare one. Another great item is just a pair of earbud headphones. Again, this is probably something you have lying around. They can be great if you find yourself in an unexpected noisy environment, or maybe you just want to review some footage you shot at the location. Next will be any car chargers for your gear that you have. I own a drone battery car charger, and it just makes sense to store this in my car because that's where I'm going to need it anyway, and it just makes sense that way it doesn't get lost or misplaced if I keep it in the kit. Next up is a camera strap. Now this is kind of a freebie for me because I never use camera straps, but most cameras usually come with them. And I figure if I'm ever in a situation, if I'm hiking or something and I need one, I already have it in this kit. Finally, just a simple piece of white paper. And this can be really handy if you ever forget your exposure cards or your color checker. You'll at least have something solid white that you can pull a decent white balance with. Now obviously there's plenty of more things you could put in this kit, and if you need some more ideas, let's go ahead and enter the lightning round. HDMI monitor cables, rechargeable batteries, drone props, USB drives, a multi-tool, hex keys, some zip ties in case you have a crew member go out of their mind, you need to tie them up ASAP. Just kidding. Don't do that. Use these to repair costumes or running cables. Business cards, because why not? Finally, this is a Rode SmartLav Plus, and it's a lav microphone designed specifically for smartphones. So essentially you can use your phone as a recorder, and it can be a nice backup if you ever have an audio issue with your primary microphone on location. Not that any of us have ever had an audio issue while we're out on location ever. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial about creating a backup kit for filmmaking. I'll have links for the gear that I mentioned on the blog post for this tutorial, so check for that in the description. And make sure you check out the other tutorials we have on the Shutterstock channel. There's lots of great content on there. I'm Charles Yeager. Wait, the audio cut?